Hi friends, Angelique Weiley here, and today's topic actually was given to me by a very good friend of mine. He had suggested that I talk about this with all of you so that you all get a good sense of how we should be treating people in the world today. So he was discussing with me about the small muscle in your body that is the most powerful. And if you think about it, this muscle has, from the beginning of human history to this day, has caused nations, tribes, families, societies, friends, very close relatives to engage in war and peace. And that came right out of my friend's mouth. I mean, that is a quote directly from him. He talked about this muscle being so important that Jesus many times actually talked about it. And he also said that it was the same reason why he was crucified. And if you think about it, this muscle is the tongue. And it's used, if it's used in the wrong way, it can destroy a soul, and it can cut deep into your heart. And if it's used in the right way, it can edify and lift the spirits. That is directly what he had said to me. And when I heard that, I thought, that is so impactful. And I could think about my past, whether I was in school or I was at work, or I was just communicating with friends and family. And I thought about all the different times that the things that I've spoken out of my mouth, or the things that were spoken out of someone else's mouth, truly stuck to that word. It could destroy your soul. It could cut deep into your heart. And if it's used right, it can edify and lift up our spirit. So if you think about it, someone with a defiled tongue, somebody who, speaks illy, has just a tongue that is just kind of vile, never does anything for the sake of others, which is the definition of love, but they do it for their own sake. And that is something that, he had said to me in this same email, was that is not the definition of love if you're using your tongue in the wrong way to how you're speaking. So, the old adage that says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is truly something that parents, tell their kids, so that they're not sitting there worrying about something. But honestly, if you think about it, words will hurt you the most. And in today's society, it's the reason why we've had so many wars or so many problems. It's the miscommunication or, the wrong thing said out of somebody's mouth that can hurt the most. So you think about number one, you have somebody who has a tongue that is just evil. And everything that just comes out of their mouths is just, it's negative, completely just wrong all the time. It's emotionally devastating. So you think about bullying as an example. Someone that just has evil intent inside of them all the time, and it comes out of their mouth just spewing all the time. The second thing is perception and miscommunication. So where someone may, let's just say at a workplace setting, have heard something that came out of somebody's mouth, and by the time it got to them, it had changed 6 or 7 times, or they didn't hear the whole story. So the perception of that conversation or that communication that came out of that person's mouth is also emotionally devastating to somebody. And you think about how that reacts with you. It causes social pain. And social pain itself is more devastating to your body than physical. Now, I mean, there have been men trapped in POW camps in the wars in the past, that have gone through physical agony. There have been people who work a very hard physical job, but sometimes people who work an emotional thinking job can be more stress on their body than a physical job. And we know this to be a fact. So thinking about that, how emotionally devastating words can be and what you speak out of your tongue is, it could cause long-term problems for people, emotional problems. It has caused depression in people. You think about bullying and how kids have been bullied on the internet or social media, how emotionally devastating that is to them. It has even caused people to commit suicide. It has caused war. And so if you think about what could hurt somebody the most, it is what comes out of our mouths. And if I was to sit here and just completely just go on a rant or rave about somebody or someone at this moment, which I could on video, how emotionally devastating that could be to somebody. Now let's think about that in the workplace. How can you take what you say in the workplace and think before it comes out of your mouth to make sure that you are not hurting somebody emotionally when you say it? Think about the perception that someone's going to have off of what comes out of your mouth. Same thing at home, with your family, with your relatives, with your spouses. Think about what you say first before you say it, and how is that going to hurt that person emotionally? And is it coming from your heart, or is it coming with love? Now, like I said, what my friend had said, if it's used the wrong way, it can destroy somebody's soul and cut deep into their heart. Are you doing that to people that you love? And you may not love people at work, but they are kind of like your family because you have to deal with them every single day. But are you doing that to your family members at home? Are you doing that to your relatives that are in your life, people that you love in your life, your friends? Are you, when you speak, are you destroying their soul? Are you cutting deep into their heart? Or are you on the other end of things? Are you edifying and lifting up their spirit? So rethink your heart. Rethink about what comes out of your mouth on a day-to-day basis. And use that muscle, that small, tiny muscle in your body for good things. Because it could mean a huge difference to somebody with their social pain. And, are you causing them something that's so emotionally devastating that it could lead to something horrible, like bullying, could lead to suicide? Or depression? Are you the cause of that because of what came out of your mouth? So something to think about today. And I really want you guys to think before you speak, because that is what's going to make the biggest difference. And really think about in your heart what you mean to say on a day-to-day basis versus what you really do, what really just comes out and what just spurts out of your mouth. Because it really could mean a huge difference to somebody. Have a great day.